Stop whatever you're doing right now. Put your phone down for a second. Actually, no, don't put it down. Keep watching, keep reading, because what I'm about to tell you is something I've been holding inside for weeks, something that my team discovered, something that made me sit in a dark room, stare at the ceiling, and ask myself one question over and over again. How did I get this lucky? And then immediately after that, do I even deserve her? My hands are literally shaking right now. Not because I'm scared, not because something went wrong, but because sometimes the truth hits you so hard, so unexpectedly, that your entire body doesn't know how to react. You ready? Okay, let me take you back to the beginning. Before I knew what love really was, I want to be honest with you all, and I mean real honest, the kind of honest that makes your stomach uncomfortable. I didn't grow up understanding what real love looked like. I grew up watching relationships fall apart around me. I watched people who said I love you also say the most hateful things to each other behind closed doors. I watched people stay together not because they were happy, but because they were afraid of being alone. And somewhere along the way, I made a decision, probably around 19 or 20 years old, that I was going to protect myself. I was going to keep walls up, high walls, the kind of walls that would make the Great Wall of China look like a little garden fence. I told myself, if you don't let anyone fully in, they can't fully hurt you. And you know what? That strategy worked for a while. I focused on my career. I focused on building something. I focused on my goals, my team, my work. And love? Love was something that happened to other people. It was something I'd see in movies and think, that's cute. That's not real, that's scripted. I became really good at keeping people at arm's length. I could be friendly, I could be charming, I could make people laugh. But close was dangerous. Close was vulnerability. And vulnerability felt like weakness to me. That was my mindset. And then, she happened. I wasn't looking for her. People always say, you'll find love when you're not looking for it. I used to roll my eyes at that. I thought it was just something people said to make single people feel better, like a participation trophy for loneliness. But I'm standing here today, or sitting here recording this whatever, and I'm telling you, with everything I have, that saying is completely and absolutely true. She came into my life at the most unexpected moment, not at a fancy event, not at some perfectly romantic location. She walked in during one of the most ordinary, mundane, regular days of my life, and somehow the whole room shifted. I noticed her the way you notice the sun when you've been sitting in a dark room for too long. It's not aggressive, it's not overwhelming at first, it's just warm, naturally, effortlessly warm. And I remember thinking, and this is embarrassing to admit, I remember thinking, okay, don't be an idiot, don't get attached, you know how this goes. But here's the thing about real love that nobody warns you about. Real love doesn't wait for your permission. Real love doesn't knock on the door politely and ask if it's a good time. Real love kicks the door open, walks straight into the middle of your carefully organized life, sits down at your table and says, I'm not going anywhere. Deal with it. And that's exactly what she did. Not aggressively, not forcefully, just quietly, steadily, consistently. Every single day, she showed up as herself. No performance, no pretending, no trying to impress me, just her. And that, honestly, is what got me. That is what broke through every single wall I had spent years building. Her realness destroyed my defenses. This is the part that changed everything. Okay, now we get to it. Now we get to the part that made me want to make this video, write this speech, say these words out loud to the world, or at least to whoever is watching this right now. A few weeks ago, my team was doing what teams do, research, background checks, not the creepy kind, just the normal professional kind, social media analysis. They were helping me understand my audience better, understand the people around me, the people in my life, and they came across something about her. And when one of my team members, someone I trust completely, came to me with this information, they had this look on their face. You know that look? That look where someone is about to tell you something and they don't know how you're going to react? That careful look? They sat down across from me. They slid a folder, metaphorically speaking, across the table, and they said, "We found something about her, and we thought you should know." My heart stopped. I'm not exaggerating. My heart literally felt like it stopped for a full 3 seconds. And in those 3 seconds, 100 thoughts ran through my mind. Every insecurity I'd ever had, every fear I'd packed away, every doubt that had ever whispered in the back of my head. And then they told me what they found, and I started laughing. Not a nervous laugh, not a "this is awkward" laugh, a full, genuine, deep, soul-level laugh. Because what they found wasn't a secret, it wasn't a scandal, it wasn't a betrayal. What they found was her goodness. They found testimonials from people who knew her years before she even knew I existed, talking about her character, her kindness, the way she treated people who couldn't do anything for her, the way she showed up for strangers, the way she gave without expecting anything in return. They found a story about how she had spent her own money, without telling anyone, without posting about it, without a single Instagram story or tweet, to help someone who was going through a difficult time, someone who had almost given up. They found accounts from people who said things like, "She's the kind of person who remembers your name the second time she meets you. She remembers what you said. She actually listened." They found proof, real, documented, undeniable proof, that the woman I had been falling in love with was exactly who she showed me she was. No mask, no act, no hidden version. What you see is what you get. And let me tell you something, and pay attention here because this is important. In the world we live in today, that is rare. That is extraordinarily rare. That is the kind of rare that you don't walk away from. That is the kind of rare that you fight for, that you protect, that you cherish. Everything I got wrong before. I thought love was supposed to be dramatic. I thought love was supposed to be this roller coaster of highs and lows, fights and makeups, passion and pain all tangled together in some beautiful, messy knot. I thought that the intensity of something was proof of its value. I was wrong. Real love, the kind she showed me, isn't dramatic. Real love is consistent. Real love is the person who texts you back not just when it's convenient, but when you need it. Real love is the person who disagrees with you and still treats you with dignity. Real love is the person who sees you at your most stressed, your most tired, your most unimpressive, and chooses to stay, not out of obligation, out of choice, every single day, out of choice. She taught me that love isn't something you fall into like a trap. Love is something you build, brick by brick, conversation by conversation, honest moment by honest moment. She taught me that being vulnerable isn't weakness. It's actually the bravest thing a human being can do, because vulnerability says, "Here I am, all of me, the messy parts too, and I trust you with that." She taught me that the right person doesn't make you forget your goals. The right person makes you want to achieve them more, not to impress them, but because they believe in you so genuinely that you start believing in yourself in ways you never did before. She made me better, not by asking me to change, but by simply being someone worth rising for. Why I'm saying this publicly? So why am I saying all of this? Why am I standing here or sitting here, putting all of this out into the world? Because I'm tired of the narrative that says love makes you weak. I'm tired of the idea that real men don't talk about their feelings, that expressing love is somehow embarrassing or soft or something to hide. I'm tired of watching people who are deeply in love with someone never tell them, never fully, completely, without holding back, tell them. Life is genuinely too short. I don't know how many people are reading or watching this right now who have someone in their life, a partner, a friend, a family member, and they've been meaning to tell them how much they mean to them, how much they've changed things, how much better the world looks because that person is in it, and they keep waiting, waiting for the right moment, waiting until things are perfect, waiting until they've figured out the exact right words. Here's what I want to say to those people. Stop waiting. The right moment is now. The perfect words are the true ones, and the risk of saying too much is always, always smaller than the risk of never saying it at all. My team found something about the woman I love, and what they found reminded me that she deserves to be celebrated, not just privately, in quiet moments between just the two of us, although those moments are sacred and I protect them fiercely, but she deserves to be acknowledged. She deserves to have someone say, loudly, to anyone who will listen, "This woman is extraordinary," and I refuse to stay silent about that. what this is really about. But let me zoom out for a moment, because this speech, this moment, this confession, it's not just about her. It's not just about my story. It's about all of us. We live in a world that is obsessed with highlighting what's broken, the news, social media, the comment sections, the DMs. So much of it is about what's wrong, who's failed, who's been caught, who's disappointed us. And I think that slowly, quietly, that starts to affect how we see each other. We start expecting people to disappoint us. We start waiting for the mask to slip. We start holding love at arm's length because we've been burned before, or we've watched other people get burned, and the safest move feels like keeping your guard up forever. But here's what I've learned. The safest move and the best move are not always the same thing. The safest move is to never fully trust anyone, never fully open up, never let someone close enough to matter. The best move, the brave move, the move that leads to a life that actually feels like something, is to choose love anyway, with your eyes open, without naivety, but with courage. Choose love with courage, because people like her exist. Genuinely good, genuinely kind, genuinely real people exist, and they deserve to be met with the same level of openness that they bring to the world. Don't let the bad experiences of the past steal the good possibilities of the future. Don't let fear write the story of your life. Let love write it. To her, to you, to everyone watching. If she's reading this or watching this, and she might be, and that honestly terrifies me in the best possible way, I want her to know something. I want her to know that the things my team found didn't surprise me. They confirmed what I already knew in my heart. They confirmed that she is the realest person I've ever met. They confirmed that choosing to let her in was the smartest decision I've ever made. And they confirmed that whatever this is, this beautiful, complicated, wonderful, terrifying, joyful thing that we're building, it is worth every moment of vulnerability, every moment of risk, every moment of choosing each other. To everyone else watching, go tell your person, right now, after this, tonight, go tell them what they mean to you. Don't assume they know. Don't assume there's time later. Don't assume that because you feel it, they feel you feeling it. Say the words, write the note, send the message, make the call, show up, do the thing, because the woman I love taught me, without even trying to teach me anything, that love is not just a feeling, love is an action. And my team found proof that she's been acting in love her whole life, long before she ever met me, and that is why I would not stay silent. Thank you.